If you've got a few friends or family members over, perhaps you want to find a game you can all play together. In this video, I will show you some best 4-player multiplayer games on Xbox Game Pass in 2021. So without any further ado, let's start this video. The first game of this video is Gang Beasts. Have you ever wanted to smack one of your pals? You most likely have, but you're not willing to confess it. Gang Beasts allows you to do precisely that, without the guilt. Fighting with your pals in a variety of perilous situations with the objective of coming out on top is the focus of this hilarious multiplayer party brawler. You'll control a blobby, gelatinous creature and fight with your pals in funny slapstick bouts. Next up we have Golf with Your Friends. One of the most descriptive video game names we've ever come across is Golf with Your Friends. Because this is, after all, a round of golf with your buddies. But it's not as boring as it sounds. This isn't your typical 18-hole round of golf, this is crazy golf, played on a variety of entertaining courses. Even better, there are some bizarre additional games thrown in, such as hockey golf, in which the ball transforms into a puck, and bomb modes. Overall, it's a great way to play golf. Next up we have Minecraft. Yes, you can play Minecraft in split-screen multiplayer with up to 4 people. It's also accessible through Xbox Game Pass. Rejoice! Minecraft is a sandbox survival game about creating, constructing, and mining if you've been living under a rock for the last decade. Although it is mostly popular among children, this family-friendly game is open to anybody who has the patience to build something beautiful. Next up we have Rocket League. Rocket League is a game that may be played online, but it also works well on a local basis. It's one of those games where anything can happen in the automobile and sports mashup. Rocket League is the only game that allows you to play 2-on-2 with your pals while playing soccer, basketball, or even hockey. Full customization, including licensed cars such as the Batmobile, adds hours of fun. Next up we have Overcooked 2. Consider the pandemonium of a crowded commercial kitchen, then add a volcano to the mix. That's effectively the elevator pitch for Overcooked 2, one of the Xbox Game Pass's 4-player multiplayer games. In fact, it's one of the finest multiplayer games in general. In Overcooked 2, you and your pals must work together to make meals as rapidly as possible for clients. Next up we have Streets of Rage 4. While Streets of Rage 4 only supports 2 players online, the game may be played locally with up to 4 people. Streets of Rage 4 is one of our favorite games in recent years. If you liked Streets of Rage 2 and traditional side-scrolling beat-em-ups, you'll love Streets of Rage 4. It looks fantastic, has a fantastic music, and is a lot of fun to play. Especially if you're surrounded by pals. Next up we have Worms W.M.D. Do you recall Worms? You do, of course. Worms W.M.D. is one of the greatest current Worms games for one simple reason: it mimics the format and aesthetic of the original Worms games. It returns to its 2D side-scrolling beginnings, allowing groups of pals to fight worms with a variety of crazy weaponry. Sheep exploding? Missiles that track you? It's everything right here. Next up we have Goat Simulator. Goat Simulator is more of a playground of mayhem than a game. Sure, you can strive toward a few goals if you want, but for the most part, this is a game about running around, doing crazy things, and having a good time. All the while, you're in charge of a goat. Yes, that is as ridiculous as it sounds, but that is the fun of Goat Simulator. Next up we have NBA 2K20. While playing a complete game might be tedious and time-consuming due to the amount of information available and the complexity of the game, it is worthwhile. The blacktop is the place to be, and a 2-on-2 game with legendary players can keep you entertained for hours. The ability to customize the game modes as well as the ability to use all of the players in the game adds a competitive element to the game. Because the ball is in their hands, players will need to swap to other players during a complete game. The last game of this video is Crash Team Racing Nitro Racing. Racing games are usually a lot of fun to play with your buddies. Crash Team Nitro Racing, on the other hand, like Mario Kart, adds a new dimension to the game in the form of fighting. What better way for buddies to kill each other than with some homemade weapons? Crash Bandicoot's roster offers something for everyone, and the game's replayability is increased by using other modes other than racing. So that's the list of 10 best 4-player multiplayer games on Xbox Game Pass that you can play in 2021. If you enjoy this video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel Games Puff, and press the bell icon for more gaming updates.